Okay, so in this episode, I am finally going to start working on this empty field back here, which is the sports fields for Phoenix Drop High. As you can see in this image, we have two different sports fields. One is the soccer field, which is more so behind the school next to the gym, and then the other one is the track field, which is right next to the side of the school. So right here is where the track field goes, and back here is where the soccer field goes, and then right here is like the sports stands where they can watch the activities, and then in this front piece here is the rest of the trees. It should be pretty easy. It's just like these little trees right here that I have, but more of them. And I believe that the porch also kind of just like goes straight back, and then there's steps leading from this door down to the sports fields. Alright, let's see if I can get this done in one day, because that's all I've got. So the video I'm going to be using for the start is called Sports Corner. It is a prop hunt mini game that AFMAL filmed during the first season of the Phoenix Drop High roleplay series. And in this one, it shows pretty much everything I ever need to see for both of the sports fields. Okay, you can see over here where I paused it, we got lots of stairs going on. So if she can get closer, I can see what exactly is going on. From right at this very angle, it does look like the start of the stairs is directly in the middle of the last pillar for that side of the school. So if we take away this piece, this is where the stairs are supposed to start. Start from the top here. We have one block where the stone slab is, and then we have a brick block below, and then sticking out one we have another sandstone slab, and then we have our little pillars to the side. So we have our sandstone slab, a brick block, and then we had our another slab. However, I cannot place a brick block under that because there's a gap, which means that the slab goes here, and that this is where our pillars are going to be. Wow, it got dark. I changed it today and it got dark because that makes any sense. And then we have probably, looks like, so this sandstone slab here that sticks out again goes directly above the bottom of the pillars, and the bottom of the pillars is these upside down stairs. So looks to me like that's going to be right there so that a block can go underneath it. So let's push this all the way down, and then it just goes one block difference from there out. Just like so. Now, for me, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stair blocks, and she has 1, 2, 3, 4 stair blocks. So it looks to me like this is going to be the level of the ground for the soccer field, and then the track field will be up one. That'll be my little marker, I think, for that. So for the rest of the stairs, oh wait, hold on. Okay, so like we said, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So if we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, so I think actually, so the fourth one actually is level with the soccer field. So the fourth one is level with this being the soccer field. So this needs to cover this entire area. I will just do it from this spot right here all the way, and I'll just pick a random, I don't know, like right here. Oh yeah, look at that. And then this one that I just did over here, that I just rose, will go up one more again because that's where the the track field will go. So let's just do this. Okay, good. So the soccer field height is set. Okay, now what blocks did they use for the stairs? It looks like I'm gonna go with probably quartz, because that's the only other block that is in a stair thing, like a stair shape. So it's in line with the thing here. Mine are shinier than hers because my shader pack is different, but it's all the same principle. Now, what do we do once we get to that point? It just keeps going up, it looks like. This almost looks like it's like lower somehow. I think I did this wrong. Okay, I think I did it wrong still. So I think actually this goes here. Yep, that goes there. So this all needs to go up by 1. So all these stairs go bye-bye, and the ground gets rose up again. If this is wrong, I'm going to cry. There we go, because then now this has to go up a 3rd one, and that's going to look really silly over there, but it's whatever, I'll make it work. Okay, now we do the stairs. Okay, now we're getting somewhere, and I think this was 2. Let's see if this is correct. It looks correct to me. It just goes up 1 more than this one does, but then it's not even on that side. But you know what, who am I to judge? Then it looks like this goes up and meets the level of this wall over there, and then we have our set of stairs again. Bam, just like so. Oh yeah, get up high. Now turn around. Oh, perfect. Okay, we got this like indentation here, so it goes 1. Oh, there's some blocks in front here, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then on this 6th row it goes all the way down. So we have these blocks. Are you serious? It's raining already. Okay, so we have this filled in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on the 6th one, it just goes down like that. Let me guess, this goes all the way up, and that ends up going all the way back. 2, 3, 4 gaps. Okay, so it looks like it must be like that instead. I'm just gonna drag the wall back a little ways and then put in these pillars, and then I'll figure out exactly where it stops. On the 2nd pillar, and then the 2nd from last pillar, there is this little thingy-mabob here. So I'll do that really quick, and then be back. Okay, so I did that really quick, and I extended that wall out so I can keep working. Now we gotta figure out where we put our next set. So I gotta figure out how many blocks in between these pillars and the other ones. That's gonna be a little tricky. If she could get right up against that wall, I think I could count it, because the quartz blocks are very, see right there, okay. Because the quartz blocks have very visible lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 6th one is that one right down the middle. Alright, so we know that this little slab right here on this contraption thingy, this little slab right here, it's actually in the wrong spot because I must have built it wrong. So this one goes underneath the 3rd one from the left. So if we get a little closer here, what did I say? I said that this one down the middle was 6. So we know that from this sandstone slab, if we follow it, it's going to be this quartz block right here that it lines up with. And we said that 1, 2, 3 away from that is where that last pillar is. So if this middle one is 6, And here's this one. 1, 2, 3. So if this is the last pillar, and this one is 6, then there's 2 here. So 6, 7, 8. So there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in between this sandstone slab and the last pillar on this side. So from this last pillar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then sandstone slab. Also, at the same time, we know that we can see that this is quartz. And it looks to me like there's probably 3 blocks of this stony looking color. Oh, that's cobblestone. And see, my texture is going to look different from that because I haven't updated it or fixed it yet. So we're going to ignore that. But when I put that down, it looks like there's going to be 3 blocks of cobblestone from the wall. So if we want to, we can grab us some quartz and some cobble. Not cobble. Cobble. We can go ahead and break that. And we know it's 1, 2, 3, and then we've got quartz. So now we know where the start of the soccer field outline is, we know how far away it is from the wall. And so each section of these pillars was 7. So we can start by putting our first pillar where it goes, which is the block next to the sandstone slab, and then we just use 7 pillars. It's just a copy of what we did over here, so. And we are almost there, so it looks like there's another section of something, and then that is where we can turn and go this direction, and then we'll have our first half of our perimeter done for the soccer field. Alright, so I have my 3 sections of 7 pillars done. So I guess I can count by this cobblestone how far away the volleyball field is. So we have this grass block right next to these, right in front of these sandstone slabs. So grass block is 1. Looks like 1 tube cobblestone. And then another grass block, so that's 4 blocks we've got. So grass is 1, 2 cobblestone is 3, and then this one grass block is 4, and then it looks like we've got 5, 6. So 6 block distance from the sandstone slab to where the volleyball thing starts. And I also kind of remember the pattern, so I'll just go ahead and do it. So it was 1 grass, and then it was 2 of that, and there was something here, I think. And then we have our volleyball thing. The reason I'm doing the cobblestone now is so I don't have to go back and find this exact spot again. So we've got 1 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there should be a 1 block distance from the wall. Yep, that looks right. And then right here was a cobble till there, and then 1 over, and obviously that probably goes there as well. Okay, so we have at least, from what I can see in this thing, 1, 2, 3, 4 quartz this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4 quartz this direction. Turn around, turn around. No! So right here is where the block before the pole, all the way to the left here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 7. I think it's 7 to the pole. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this one would be the pole. I will just put this block here to let us know that that is the pole. Then we have 1, 2, 3, at least 4 cobblestone in there. Ooh, I can count it from that direction too, just to double make sure. Oh, I can really see it there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I was right. And I imagine it's going to be the exact same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It does look like that. Now we got to figure out how far over it goes. It goes at least that far. Well, here, let's do this. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in our view right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on these 5 and 6, we've got this cobblestone going on here. That cobblestone will serve as our marker. Oh, never mind. See, I can see it now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All the way from corner to corner. And then all the way down. Okay, now we can get somewhere. Now that we have some markers going on here. So this will be easy. So right where this end of this volleyball court is, it looks like it is right in the gap between the second from the left and the third from the left. That would mean a pillar here and a pillar there. And this is this one is supposed to be the second from the left, so there. So we place a block here. For now, I'm just gonna make it to where the end of this grass is, and I'll figure out the rest later. Perfect. And I'm gonna go ahead and fill all this in with that 98. That's beautiful. Okay, there is that part of the porch done, and we can really start working on the soccer field. So I'm gonna put in all the lines for the soccer field, and then I'm gonna do the stands. So let's just move on to this field. So we're going by the cobblestones so we can figure out what we need to do for this other markings on the ground. So we got 2 on the corner, and then there's a gap, and then there's another one, but then it like does a 90-degree angle. So we have this gap here, or these 2 on the corner, gap, and then we have 90-degree angle. And then next to 90-degree angle, we got a whole row gap, and then we have a cobblestone right up against this line. And this is where the end of our soccer field markings are. So this line on the field ends up being right next to the 90-degree angle that we made. So I'll just do that. It's not the same length, I'm just doing it from memory. And then we have a gap, and then the whole field thingy curves around and makes its border. And that should theoretically line up with this guy over here, and it does in fact line up with this guy over here. 2 in on the third block from this random cobblestone, it extends out, so random cobblestone, 1, 2, and then on the third block it extends out how far? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good, I already got it. And we go, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. That looks about right, but I'll double check it just to make sure. Well, if these are 2 over here, which it is, because this is just 1, so this is 2, and the other one is slightly longer. So if this one is 2, this one is slightly longer, so it must be 3. Then we had some 1s. How many 1s? 1, 2, 3 1s. Then we have another row of 2. 1, 2, 3 1s in a row of 2. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I imagine it just is the same on the other side. Which should connect with this. Yes it does. Ba-bam, look at that. Alright, that wasn't so bad. Now we gotta do the middle, which if you remember was the 6th block over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then there were 2, and then the pillar. So we know that this is all the way down the middle. Now we just gotta find the middle circle, which is quite literally the middle. And it's got 3 on this side and 1 on the other. So just find the middle, and since this was an odd number, the middle, there is an actual middle, so this is the middle, because there's 3 on each side. So we just follow that. I don't think that was correct. So there's one on each side, and then there was 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And the soccer field is done. Oh, I gotta fill this in with cobblestone. I forgot already. And then it actually looks like there's a piece that sticks out right here. Looks like a 2-block distance from the markings to the stand. So I can go ahead, do my cobblestone. And then we can do the stands. I will start from the end closest to the track field. So here's the end of the soccer field, which looks like it lines up. I gotta pause it at the right time. Looks like it ends up lining up right with the pillar here, but only on the right block. That made no sense. So let's grab our block here. Looks like this one goes there and this one goes there, and I think it's just like that. So this is the goal right here. This is the goal line, the edge of the goal. This edge of the goal line, the block right next to it, is where it starts lining up with this other wood pillar. So here is our goal line. This is the block right next to it, and it lines up with our other pillar. So we know that the stairs go that far. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, perfect, that lines up. I hope it's supposed to line up. Wonder if the middle one has one more than the other. This lines up with the one inside the goalie. So I think that's where I went wrong. So if we look at the top, we have this row is 1, like the barrier on the side of the stairs. So then on the opposite side, this barrier would be 1. So that's 2 block width that we have so far. But if we keep counting, this row where it goes up is going to be so 1, 2, and then this one would be 3, and then the one in the middle would be 4, and the opposite 5, 6, 7. So it looks like the whole width is going to be 7, which would mean that the stairs are going to be 5 instead of 6, because there is a third one here. So 2 by 3, 2 by 2. Perfect. So same here. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I would assume, and this is 2 by 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this is a 2 by 2, so we gotta break this end one. And it actually looked like it went like this. I did see that. So I'm gonna make the other side do the same. 6 makes the top row. 4, 5, and then it goes up, 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 down, down, side. What did I do wrong? This middle block is hollowed out. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this whole thing is just it's exactly what I did. It's just back one. This is so off topic, but I'm so ready for Christmas. Halloween just ended and I love Halloween, but for some reason it is just time for Christmas. So this does not go there on top. So they had this going on. Alright, so it's pretty much just this, but repeat it all the way across. Okay, so there's the stands done, but now let's just take a peek at the back and the side here. So ignore everything I've done on the back here. Just look at the side of how I built it. On each corner, it's extended out, just like that. And then there's this tower of there's this tower of 3, or this angle of 3. And then the one next to it, but set back by 1. So this pillar gets put in there. Same for this side, that pillar. So on the inside, it's on the 1, 2, 3, the 4th row of stairs, there's a pillar that gets put in. All of the stairs get covered in the fences, including that one that's hidden up there. And on the one that's at the top, on the edge, you go down one, and then move over to the next row, and then go down one. And then same for this side. Place one on the end right there. For the back, at the top here, this gets like put fences like that. Then right next to it, that's where these big long pillars come from. So this gets extended all the way to the ground like that. And then once you reach the ground, on the outside of it gets 2 blocks, and on the inside it gets 1. So when this is at the floor, the outside of it gets 2 blocks and the inside gets 1. And then underneath this random thing of stairs, you get upside down stairs. Row, 3rd row. And remember, on the 4th row here, it's where we have our pillars. And then 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. Oh shoot, I almost forgot. Hold on. So this piece right here, okay, it's just this. This is all it is. You just make a U shape. Just like that. There we go. Now we're done. Okay. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to work on building the grass that is leading up to the bleachers. So I'm going to do it as quick as I can. So it looks like there's like a little bit of a gap between the end of this back pillar and where this raised grass starts. It is a gap and then a piece of cobblestone that is directly behind the last pillar. So if we go back here, this is where the gap is, and then this is the row. The row that I'm standing in right now is a row that is directly behind, or I could say next to, the pillar. So there's the cobblestone, and then there's the gap, and then here is the grass that's next to that. Now we also have 1 block. So each continuous row seems to be pulled forward by 1. So this next block is pulled forward by 1, and it's 1 block this time, and it is a block of grass. Yes, mine looks different. I will fix that eventually. Maybe I won't. Who knows? So let's back it up here. Alright, we have the 2 that we did, and then the 1 that we did. Now it's 1 block of cobble, 1 block of grass, 1 block of cobble, 1 block of grass. So we have 1 block of cobble, 1 block of grass, 1 block of cobble, and grass. Now there was also 2 grass next to that. Right here. 1 grass, 2 grass. Oh, perfect. Okay. So our 2 blocks of grass that we had that are different colors here. We have another thing of cobble, but there's 2 of them here. There's 2 cobbles on the same row, just like that. There's a lot of landscaping that needs done here. Oh my gosh, I underestimated how many trees I needed. This is going to take a lot longer than I thought. Well, you can see both the pillar cobble and the block that was behind it. So I can't cover the block that was behind it if that's something that you can see. So it must be like this. Yes, because this span of 2 looks like it's in the same line as this cobble pillar. So then we have 1, 2, 1, 2, and then, so this is going to be a row of 1, this cobblestone is going to be a row of 2, and then this other one's going to be row 3. So 3, 1, 1. 3, 1, 1. And that marks our next thingamabob. So I'm just going to keep following this pretty much all the way down and then to that side, and then that will tell me my perimeter for the track field. Okay, so I was going through and I was putting in all the fencing first before finishing all the little like land details. And it is not quite lining up over here, which means I've missed it in a couple of blocks. There is a 3-block difference. So this pillar is supposed to be like this. And that's supposed to be the 7th one. This is my 7 pillars. So this archway is supposed to end up right on that 7th pillar. And it doesn't. It's just a couple blocks off. So I went through and I checked all of these, and they are exactly 7 apart on every single one of them. So that is not the problem. So then I started from that end, and I put in all the fencing, counted 7 blocks in between all of them, and it ends up right here instead. So there's something wrong in this area. So this part of the fence should is ending up, if we follow this straight, it is ending up right here. Now, in this video, to me, so it looks like to me that it's supposed to end up on not the one that it's on for me, but the one next to it. This one singular block where my cursor is I think where it's supposed to end up. And this long stretch of cobblestone lines right up with it. So if we follow that long stretch, you can see these little dash lines here and these little dash lines here. Those are the other blocks of cobblestone. That is not this row. So if you follow my cursor in between all of those dash lines, and you follow it all the way down. So we follow this. Yes, it looks to me 100% that it ends up on this singular block. Ooh, wait, is it that? There's a 1 block here. Did I do that? Ooh, okay. So this tree actually goes here. But that also still doesn't make sense because the tree is actually supposed to be like all the way over there. I think I actually need to start all the way in that corner over there. Okay, so there have been some serious issues going on. Let me explain. So I have been struggling for like the last hour and a half with just this half. Because when I built all of this area right here, and this area right here was not lining up. And then all of this down here is still not lining up. I finally got it to where this end of the fence lines up with this block like it's supposed to. However, this is not lining up with that, and this pole right here is supposed to be either in line or right before this one. It very clearly is not. And then I realized, okay, well the distance from here to here is 6, sorry. From here to here is 6. But the distance from here to here is 7. And the distance from here to here is 7. So you would think, well then the distance from here to here is 7. No, it's 8. Which means it's wrong. Now, I had this wall out one. I was confused, and I'll insert a picture. I found this part of the video that showed that it's not the wall, the top of the wall that the cobblestone meets up with, it's the pillars. So the wall went back by 1, and then I added the pillars in. I just did 7 because they just keep seeming to do 7. So I did that. And I'm thinking that because this is a span of 8, that I messed up somewhere on this wall. This wall must be the wrong length. It has to be the wrong length. So I went through and I finally found something that showed me the tops of these sandstone. I counted the sandstone and I was incorrect. It is supposed to be 8 instead of 7 in between these pillars. So that means that this wall needs to have a second or another column in between each section there. So that means that this whole thing has to go back by 2, which means that all of this will also have to go back by 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand here. I'm going to cut it. Oops. I'm going to move 1, 2, and then paste it. Like that. Yes, so this pillar should be in line with this now. Yes. Okay. I'll have to extend the soccer field. It'll also have to have 2, so the distance from this line to this block will have to be added by 1, and then we'll have to also add in a block on this side from that distance. And when I do that, I will see if this line lines up properly with these block markings, and then that will tell me if I did it right. If I didn't do it right, it's too bad, it's staying, because I'm not doing this again for the 3rd time. Now what we gotta do is we gotta make this pillar line up with this one down to here. Well, I want to move the pillars too, so actually I need to do it to here. So I'm going to make it line up with this one. So I'm going to cut it. Then I want it to line up with this one, so I'm going to stand in front of that and paste it. Good. And then what I will do is, okay, I will just do this. I will take this and this and put it here. Yes, because there's supposed to be a gap right there. And then I will, so there, I'm going to try to leave a 1 column gap instead of 2. So in order to do that, and to also leave a space here, I will take this and that, and I will cut it, and I will move back only 1 block so that there is still a gap, because that means I can add 1 column there and 1 column here so that they will both be 8 blocks. Now what I need to do is move all of this over. Alright, that has settled now. So now I gotta figure out what's going on over here. Because this is where that's supposed to be. All that looks like it's supposed to be where it is. So what is the dealio with this gap? And then I'm going to recount this. Okay, so I did that, and here is the problem. This one ends up being 6. So I need to figure out if this lines up with that one or not. Or I can just leave it, I don't know. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. Something tells me that's not correct. So now it just comes down to how many blocks are right here. This is a really long stretch though. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one would be 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So to me, it just seems to be 1 off. So let's go like this. Now, I thought this one was supposed to line up with here. So theoretically, it should go back 1. That's why I think I'm counting this wrong. So maybe this row is not part of it. I think maybe this block actually lines up with this one. I think it does. It's hard to explain, and I can't explain why, but I just saw it. There is actually a space there. And then it goes like this and that and then that. And I know it's right because if I check this area right here, put this cobblestone right there, this will have 1 empty block, one row of grass and then a second row of grass in between these two cobblestones. And that second row will be the end of this. So it'll be one row of grass, another row of grass, and that second row of grass is the end of this. Now I just need to put 2 cobblestone and 1 regular stone next to each other, and then we are good. Look at that. After an hour, almost 2 hours, I finally figured it out. Now I'm just gonna fill all this with grass and then build up the fence up till I think this point, and then I will redo this part because this was also slightly off, but I did end up fixing it. Okay, I've never been so relieved in my life. I finally finished pretty much all of this that I said I was going to finish. The only thing is I need to figure out towards the end how high this whole thing is supposed to be. It's all the same height right now. I don't care, I'll worry about it later, but aside from some texturing like in the grass right there, I built some of these leaves, and after this point there is no more raising of the ground right here, so I can finally start on the track field and move on with this thing. Oh, and then the cobblestone under there is all that's really left, so yes, and the rest of the pillars, and then I am done with this treachery. First part of the track officially done. Okay, this looks like 2, 2, and 2. So from this side, I can do 2, 2, and I think another 2 is what it was. And then it would be the same here. Or is it 3, 2, and 2? Ah, okay. It's 3, 2, and 2. And then we have 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so there's the 1. The 1, 1, 1, 1. So the 1, 1, 1, 1. A 5th one, it looks like. Oh, it showed me a sneak peek. If this was our last one, then theoretically this is 2, 2, 3. Ooh, it's lagging. 2, 2, 3. And then this one should end up being 3 blocks away from those bushes, which is correct. So it has to be right. And then should just go all the way down here. 2, 3. Bam! Look at that. Let me check to see if it's even. That looks pretty darn even to me. Beautiful. That thing is huge. So 3, 2, and then our little and then our ones. That look right? Sure. Anyway. So 1, 2, 3, and then 2, and then 3. Oh, look at that. It connected right up. So orange inside goes like that. And then we've got 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. 2, 2, 1, oh no, 2, 2. So let's go to this side. Fill in with 2 block gap. Lines up there, so 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. All the way down. 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. Okay, there it is. I finished everything I wanted to finish for it, I believe, for today. The track's done, all the texturing is done. The only thing that's not done is the little trees that are inside, and trying to figure out what the height of the fence is supposed to be all the way around. But I did all the cobblestone here, and everything over here is done. All the pillars on the wall are done, and as you can see, I extended all this land out to make room for the mountains, which are coming next. So that will be excitingly a lot more challenging than what I just went through. But yeah, so I'm going to do all the trees on the outside of the fence and the inside off camera, and those will be ready before the next episode, I'm sure. Yeah, so that is the sports fields for Phoenix Drop High, and I will see you next time so we can build some mountains. Oh shoot, one last thing. I forgot about this. This goes like that, I'm pretty sure. Yes, okay, now we're good. Goodbye.